People who suffer from pelvic floor dysfunction usually have an issue with the mobility of the bones of the pelvis. Their pelvis is usually stuck in a state of chronic external rotation on both sides. My name is Dr. Mareike Engel. I'm the founder of the program Unlock Your Pelvis, which is a completely new way to work with pelvic floor dysfunctions and also to work with the prevention of pelvic floor dysfunction. When you're stuck in these externally rotated positions and your bones are not moving anymore, it means that the muscles of the pelvic floor, which are sitting here on the bottom of the pelvis, they cannot go into their full range of motion. They cannot go into full length and full shortening. And this is what is needed to create strength, because strength in the end means that a muscle is able to go from a very long position to a shortened position. And then on the other hand, it will create tightness because the muscle is not able to move through the full range of motion. It will just move maybe a tiny little bit. So it's getting very tight there because it's trying to do a big movement that it is supposed to do. But it's not possible to do it because the bones are stuck, which is usually due to all the other muscles around the pelvis. Maybe the hip flexors are very tight. Usually the glutes will be very tight in this position. So there are other muscles holding them back from doing the action in the pelvic floor. So people end up having a tight and a weak pelvic floor at the same time. What can you do then to release tightness from the pelvic floor? Well, it's easy. You simply need to move the bones into the opposite direction. Instead of moving them outwards, start moving them inwards. And the very easy position for this to do, it's a relaxing position. Let me show you. For this position, you will need two things. On the one hand, you will need, it can be a towel, it can be a blanket, just something that is rolled up that you can place under the belly. And it should be the length of your belly, measuring from the end of the lowest rib to your pelvis. So it depends, it's very individual how much space you have there. And you will need to adapt the height in a moment. You will understand how high it needs to be. And then you need some weight. I have a bag of rice here. It can be a bag of sand. It can eventually be another person sitting on top of you. I highly recommend to use a weight that is heavier than what I have here. I only have 5 kilograms. If you have 10, 15, 20, that's amazing. If you can put more weight, put more weight. A healthy pelvis, even with a pelvic floor dysfunction, you can load it usually with easily 80 kilograms, no problems, usually even more. Only if you have osteoporosis, maybe be a little bit careful. So you want to come to lie down on your left-hand side using this pillow roll under your belly. And you bring your legs into a 90-degree angle and making sure that your pelvis is really stacked. So the top side, the right side of the pelvis, is really on top of the left one. This is why also you need here the blanket, because when you lie down, you can place something under the head to make it more comfortable. You want this right side, this upper side, not to roll towards the shoulder. It needs to stay on top of the other hip. If I would take the blanket out, whoop, it would drop, it would come up to my shoulder. So the blanket or the towel roll is there to keep your spine long. So coming into this position, you want to lie down, having the legs more or less into 90-degree angle. If this is too much, take them a little bit lower, but the best benefit you will get in 90-90. And then from there, either the knees are fully stacked one on top of the other, or if this is not comfortable for you, you can slide the right knee a little bit in front of the left one. And in this position then, you take your weight and you bring it on top of your pelvis. Just placing this weight there and then relaxing. Closing your eyes, making sure that the lower back is long. So there can even be a little bit of rounding in the lower back. That's not a problem. And you can do this for 10, 15 minutes a day, just relaxing into this. So what is happening here is that when you lie on the side, the lower side will be on the ground, here where my hand is. And then on the upper side, you just put the weight on top. And so the pelvis is getting compressed. These bones, the big bones, are coming closer together. And you can see it in the back there. there's opening happening. So around the sacrum, everything opens up. And once you do that, once the bones start to be able to move again, your pelvic floor will move as well. Because with the movement of these big bones, then the pelvic floor muscles at the bottom, they will open and close as well. Let me know what you think about it. Have you tried it? I would be really happy to hear your comments about this. So far, all the clients I gave this to were absolutely amazed. They love it. They have really amazing results. It might not give you a result in 1 or 3 days. It might take a while of doing this every day. I personally do this before I go to bed. I even do this in bed. Sometimes I fall asleep with the weight on top of my pelvis, and it feels so amazing when I wake up. If you like this technique, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to post a lot about pelvic floor dysfunction, how to get rid of it, what techniques you can use, and some really innovative things that you usually don't find if you just go to a pelvic floor therapist, if you go to a regular physical therapist. There are some techniques here that are rather uncommon, and I really believe that it will make a big change in your journey to pelvic floor health, no matter if you're already suffering from pelvic floor dysfunction or if you just want to prevent it. And with this, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.